Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Zelkenon and welcome back to another episode of Smite Super Builds, and today we have Raw. So surprisingly enough, I haven't done a basic Raw build. My first and last, or previous, whatever the hell you want to call it, last Raw build was just a pure support build. But this touches a little bit more in the feels. This is my own personal Raw build that I've been using lately, and it's been working. I've been using it more so in Conquest, been playing Raw more in the Conquest. I always play Raw in the solo lane. You can use Raw in the mid lane in Conquest, but solo lane's a little bit better. You won't get ganked as much, and he just kind of conquers the solo lane quite a bit if you know how to play him right. So, let's move on. Actives. Now, for Conquest solo lane, what I personally get are these two actives. I get Teleport to tower. That way, if I need to go back and buy items or whatever, I don't have to worry about the opponent pushing up my lane while I'm gone. You can either wait for them to leave first, but if they don't leave first and you have to go, they're going to push up your lane. You're going to miss out on gold, XP, and they're going to get some damage off on your tower. So, I personally only get up to improved teleport. I'd never really buy the last one. If I'm filthy rich, I'll just, buy the last one if I'm super fat, whatever. But typically, one of the first two are fine. I typically get the second one, 180-second cooldown. It works for me, because what you want to go for is last as long as, your teleport, reaches off cooldown, if that makes sense. So you teleport once, survive 180 seconds, and then teleport back. It kind of keeps up that cycle, if you kind of get what I'm saying. That way, you can instantly, go back, buy items, and come back, and then you're good to go. And then also, if my jungler is, if he doesn't help me get blue buff or whatever, and if I can't get blue buff myself, I always pick up meditation. If you want to go for insane sustain, I guess you could say, just stay in your lane for a very long time, is get blue buff, blue potions, the mana potions, and meditation. But if your jungler's cool enough to hook you up with blue buff, you don't need meditation. In that case, I would get other items that you may need if you're fighting somebody with hard CC. Maybe you're soloing against a tier or whatnot. Purification beads can help you out. If you want to push lane a lot quicker, Hand of Gods, but it's really up to you. You may just get Hand of Gods if you want in the beginning, if you know your jungler's not going to help you out. That way you can get your all blue buff or meditation. It's really up to you, honestly. You can get Eye Providence to see if anybody's going to gank you, but that's your own creative freedom without Conquest. Actives, I typically don't get actives for Raw in any other game mode unless if I really need to counter somebody, and that's Purification Beads and Sprint. Sprint stacks really well with your passive. If you're not sure what the Raw passive is, every time you use ability afterwards, you get a small movement speed buff, and it stacks up to 3. If you combo that with Sprint, you can easily juke anybody you want to. So, that being said, let's go ahead and move on. Since Raw's cooldown on his ulti is really short, we're going to utilize that. So we're going to get cooldown boots. If you're fighting tanky people, really a lot of tanky people, get Shoes of Magi. But personally, I like the cooldown boots for, just more of all my abilities that I like. So, Shoes Focus, moving on to Polynom. I get this as my second item, just so I can get use of that passive. The passive in Conquest, Polynom helps any magical god take down towers really quick. Since you can't use your abilities on towers, you can just let's say if you're Raw and you're pushing up your lane and you're trying to burn down the tower, you can just simply use your 2, wait till it detonates. Afterwards you get the Pylon buff and then use your basic attack, and it does quite a bit of damage to that tower. So that's why I get that as my second item. If you don't really care for it, then don't get it, but I highly recommend Pylon. It's a really great item. A lot of mana, a lot of power, a lot of lifesteal. 10% is alright, but more so of the passive. So if you run out of abilities to use, your next basic attack after using an ability is going to hurt quite a bit. Next, Bancroft's Town. I like to stack these 2 lifesteal items. So if they're trying to rush you for whatever reason, you can drop your 3 right on top of you. If they're melee, they're going to be right next to you. So they're going to be taking damage from your 3, and you're going to be healing, and you're going to get lifesteal off of it. So ideally, you'd be healing a lot more than normal on your 3. With this much heals, that will allow you to keep more sustained so you can get back up, or your abilities can refresh and you can burn them down. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys, and that's why I get those 2 items. Also, Bancroft's Talon. 100 magical power is insane in the passive. That brings back to the point of them trying to burn you down. You gain more power if they burn you down. So, yeah, watch out for that. If you're fighting against a Raw with Bancroft's Talon, or any mage with Bancroft's Talon. Next, we need penetration quite a bit, especially if we fight tanky people. So, next 2 items are penetration oriented. Spear of the Magus, passive. A lot of penetration. It's really easy to get those 2 stacks if you just drop your 3 onto somebody. So, with this build, you can really utilize your 3. You get a lot of lifesteal from it, deal damage. We got cooldown reduction for it. We got Spear of Magus to add those stacks onto anybody in your circle, reducing their magical protection. That way you can burn them down. Next, Obsidian Shard. I mainly get it for it's super cheap, and plus 70 magic power for that cheap price is amazing. Also, 33% magical penetration is good. You get more benefit from it if you're fighting people that build magical defense, since 33% will make more of an impact on somebody with higher magical defense. But if they don't, still, it's good to have. Finally, Raw Duty, for obvious reasons, MP5 magical power is insane. It's honestly ridiculous. Plus 125 and increased by 25%. It gives us like over 200 or so magical power when you add it on. So I'm going to do a little bit of testing here. So this gives you the general idea of the lifesteal aspect to it. 739 with that. So to get a better idea of fighting against a god, let's go ahead and go meet Robot. Kind of stacking our passive here. Move quicker. As you see, our magical power is 576. That's a lot for this Raw. As you saw, Pionom chunked them for about 500. Next we do our ulti. 1200. There we go. This is... yeah, so it's really easy to burn down people and keep yourself sustained. That's going to wrap it up for the video. I'll see you guys later. Peace.